are those? Is that like a fidget thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a timer or something.
Nah, no. Your boy got like severe ADHD.
Oh, I feel you.
Like,
I'm like, I hope I don't sit here and spin my chair, cause.
dude, why do you think they're swivels, dude? Gotta get both of us. Are we live or no?
Alright, we're good.
Yeah, we're live. But yeah, what were you saying?
Oh, that's a fidget thing.
Yeah, dude, these help so much. I had a like one of those stringy ones.
Yeah.
It's like an elastic thing, but
Oh,
then I had to stop using it because I just be like flinging the fuck out of everybody.
Everywhere. That's funny. Wait, let me
Yeah.
see it really fast.
Nah, you're good,
It's
dude.
like
I was thinking
satisfying.
about buying 2 of them
Dude,
because that's
you
why that's essentially here because
Oh my God,
it's
I love
technically
this.
for you. So I'll use my key as my little
Oh
fidget.
no, you could have your fidget thing back. It's
Nah,
okay.
like literally that's why I brought this one because
all-
I have a whole bunch at home.
Okay. Are
You know what I
sure?
mean?
Oh, all right, we could trade off.
Is it throughout the pod? We're
Yeah.
just chilling. Okay. All right. Let's introduce our awesome guest. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Epiphany Podcast. Today's guest is an awesome florist from the Central Valley. We have Kaylee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm
today?
awesome. Thank you for coming on, dude.
No, thank you for having me. This is such a cool.
This is the
experience.
second female small business owner that I have
Oh,
on.
who was the first?
Diosa Artistry. She's
okay.
Yeah, she does
Sounds familiar.
she's from the Bay.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with artists.
Does she
out
do
there.
nails or no?
No, she does eyelashes,
Oh, cool.
eyelashes and brows.
Oh,
and,
dope.
and
Okay,
stuff
I've
like
probably
that.
seen her because I have a lot of friends in the Bay Area
Oh, do you?
that do makeup and stuff out there.
Oh,
So yeah,
sick.
I'm sure I've heard of her.
Yeah, because I was really thinking about that. I was like, okay, I've done hell of pods with guys already, right?
Yeah.
And all of them, granted, are like obviously targeted towards the male
Yeah.
audience. And I'm like, okay, what can I do that were interesting to girls? You know?
Yeah, that's
Like,
a super cool idea. Like trying to target like everybody. No, that's really good. Yeah.
I know. I have another one next week. I think. Yeah. She. I think her name's Cassandra something. She does like.
Makeup.
No. She does the. Damn, she's gonna watch this and she's like, really, bro?
You forgot?
No, I
Hair?
know what she does. She does like hairstyle. She's a hairstylist.
Yeah.
She does like the lookbooks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay,
that's
I
that's
think I
what
know
it
her.
is.
Is her name on Instagram like Cass?
Sue.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I didn't want. I felt like I was butchering it, so I just tell people
You're
it's
all stopped
Cassandra.
halfway.
Literally. Okay. So I was kind of curious, right?
Yes.
So you said you first started in like the wedding industry and stuff like that, or
So
how did that work?
So like it kind of took me a while to get like work my way into the wedding industry. I first started I actually started working on like a flower farm in
sick.
Ripon. So it was out there like past Modesto.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have like no experience, so it was like hard for me to like try to like land job somewhere.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that to at least get my foot in the door and like learn, because once you first start like flowers,
Yeah.
it's really complicated. Like you run into like a lot of things like you don't have the answers to. So I was looking for just like that guidance kind of. So I reached out to a couple flower farms, and one reached out back to me, and I was asking them if I could like just intern for like free.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, because I was just trying to, like I said, like get my foot in the door. I had no like knowledge whatsoever. So she said yeah, and she started having me like I was harvesting the flowers, so it was like a whole farm. It was like super cool. And then from there, she like taught me how to like make bouquets, because she had like a farm stand that she would sell them at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's how I learned how to make bouquets. And then I was just posting it like on my like personal Instagram, like,
Yeah.
oh, like this is what I'm doing. And people were like, oh, like, can I buy one?
Oh,
and I'm
sick.
like, okay, like these aren't the ones I'm selling, but
Yeah.
and then so from there I would like I kind of just like took a risk and like posted like, oh, I'm selling bouquets on like next Tuesday, like DM me if you want one.
Oh, sick.
For like $20, like something like not
Yeah.
like just so they could like see my work and stuff. And then so that's how I kind of like started like getting sales. I would go about it like that, and then people
Yeah.
started asking me for custom orders, and then from there it was like kind of just like word of mouth got to like everybody, and they're like, make an Instagram, like what are
Right.
you doing? And then so I finally made my Instagram, and then that's what I have now. And
What was that like your ever first like job of doing stuff
like on my own?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in retail. Like I didn't really like know what I wanted to
Yeah.
do like at all, like, but I always knew I wanted to just try something like
your own business?
yeah,
or?
like just that, and make it mine, because
Yeah.
I've worked for like so many other people, and like half the time I don't like, I just don't, I thrive, I guess, like making my own like rules. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's kind of ideal. Like,
Yeah.
in hindsight, like obviously, if you could, everyone would have their own business.
Yeah.
But like, you could attest to this too. It's so hard trying to do all of this.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't even know like how I even did it, honestly. Like I'm just like, I look back, I'm like, dang, I really came like from knowing nothing to, and then I worked my way now into like doing weddings. I ended up from the flower farm. She was like, I know you kind of want to do like wedding stuff, so she kind of like referred me to this floral design company that does like weddings and events. So that's how I kind of like learned how to go about that. And yeah, from there people were like, oh, you do weddings? Like, can you do my wedding? So yeah, it just kind of like,
how was that first experience, like doing it like your first wedding?
No, very scary, because it's like weddings are so big, like
yeah,
that's especially like the bride,
that's
like,
a big ass deal.
yeah, so it was a lot of pressure. And I remember like when I made my first bridal bouquet, she like loved it, so I was like, okay. So like, it's always like a relief. God, right? I still get nervous now, like, because yeah, weddings are just such a big thing. And
what else goes into it, like when you're like, let's say I'm planning, I come to you for my wedding, yeah, right? Like what's going on with that?
Oh my gosh, so there's so much that like people don't realize like how much like flowers like really spice up the wedding, and they take like a really big part in the wedding. Yeah, so we'll have like usually obviously like the bridal bouquet, that's like the biggest thing, and then from there we discuss if you'd want like if you have any groomsmen or bridesmaids, and then are they going to be wearing like a boutonniere and have a bouquet, and then from there people want their parents to like have a corsage and a boutonniere, and then we go to talk about like centerpieces, like for the like main, like where the people are going to be sitting. We'll do like arch pieces, so like when they get married, like at the ceremony, you'll see like a big like flower install in the back. So there's like, you can really like have so much fun with flowers and like add them anywhere. There's the people that are like, add them in the bathroom, add them here, like they want them everywhere.
Just going crazy.
Yeah, so it's really cool because it really like elevates the whole like room.
Yeah, the whole look and the vibe.
Even if it's just like a little like thing in a small little.
Have you had any like bridezillas?
Yeah, well, luckily not like with my clientele, but when I was working for like the floral company that like kind of got me into weddings, I don't know, like there was a lot there. Yeah, I mean, I could only imagine like what goes into like planning a wedding, but everybody that's came to me like personally and want me to do their wedding, they've been so sweet, and like I haven't really had to deal with that like myself.
Have you done, how many weddings have you, like, would you say like you've done?
I've done, so I did my first wedding, it was in 2021, so that was like my very first like actual like I have to do like centerpieces and big wedding. So I've probably done like maybe 10 now, like on my own, and they're just kind of like scattered out through like the year, so it's pretty cool. But this month I have like 3 weddings. So
3 weddings?
Yeah, so it's really starting to get up there. And then next month I have like 2 so far, so I'm finally getting like my name out there, because before it was like people out of town, like San Jose. I did a wedding like Morgan Hill, and now people in like Los Banos are like reaching out to me to do their weddings here, so that's really cool. So
do you like those? Okay, would you rather do those fully, or would you rather make like the bouquets?
It's hard. I think bouquets, but weddings is like where it's at. Like that's if I want to make like a like really nice living. Right. Weddings,
okay, so flower farms, right? Yes. That's where you guys get all your things, because I see what you were doing, like when you're cutting them and picking your stuff. So was that when you were working at that place?
Yeah, so that's where I kind of learned how to harvest there. Like she would let me like pick my own flowers. Like when I was done for the day, she'd be like, okay, you could feel free to like take some and like practice and stuff like that. So that's where I started getting my flowers from. And then from there, there's so many other farms like in the Central Valley, like out near Modesto. So once I learned how many like flower farms there are, I was like, dang, there's actually flowers everywhere out here. So it's really cool because they have like unique, like nice flowers too, and they're fresh and they don't die fast and stuff like that.
Wait, so are you always so every time you go to the flower farm, you have to harvest them yourself?
No. So luckily, they usually will just take your order.
I was like, damn.
Some farms have like a you pick, so you could just go out there with like your clippers and pick like a whole bucket full.
Really? So it's not a warehouse, it's like literal farm, like they're in the ground?
Yeah, like literal farm. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Shit. Yeah, I had no idea all those were even out there, but there's a lot of farms out like near Modesto, outside of Modesto. I don't know if you know where like Riverbank is, just like Oakdale. So every time I get flowers, I have to go out of town. Like, there's not really, yeah. So maybe
do you have anyone? Do you have anyone like working with you as well, or this is all
just me? Yeah, just me so far. I mean, once I get like big weddings, I'm gonna need to get like some freelancers and stuff. And I have a lot of people that like tell me like, if you need help, like just let me know. I like spoke at the high school, Pacheco High School, to their floral design class. So a lot of the girls were like, oh, like if you need help, like let me know. Like
I seen that. I was like, wait, so are you teaching there?
No,
I was like, because you said something about like, you were talking about teaching.
No, because I was like, oh, I've always wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Like I literally felt like a teacher that day. But no, they had me as a guest speaker. Yeah, so they just had me talk to like 3 of their floral design classes and just kind of like pretty much like tell how I started, like, and I had to show them how I do a bouquet and stuff. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. But
you said you came here in 06, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so you all went to school here the whole time?
Yeah, I went to Volta Elementary and then the junior high here, and then I went to Pacheco.
Oh, you went to Pacheco?
Yeah, that's where I graduated.
Wait, what class are you?
I'm 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm 19.
Oh, no way. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so I think.
Yeah, we were probably, right? We were there
senior,
at the same time.
Freshman, sophomore, around there.
Probably. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, you were a freshman.
Yeah, I think I was a freshman. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's where I took like floral design. So that's how I kind of like was like, oh, floral design's kind of cool.
What was that? What was the teacher's name there?
When I had her name was Miss Lawrence or Miss Freeman or something.
Miss Freeman.
Yeah. She got like married and then her like name changed. So yeah, Miss Freeman. But now it's a different teacher. I can't remember her name, but she's who had me go and like talk to the class and stuff. She's super cool. But
she is. I mean, I've always been curious, like, because granted, I feel like there's probably like a couple florists in town, I think, that are freelance.
Yeah, there is now. Like when I started in like 2020, and during that time, like all that was here was just like the Los Banos Flower Shop, and then I was like, okay, so what's like something I could do that nobody's doing right now? And because like desserts and stuff are like really popular, like I just wanted to do something on my own, so I was like, nobody's really doing like bouquets and stuff, and I kind of got like my inspiration from like they're like Korean based florists, so the style I do is like Korean style bouquets, so that's where I get a lot of my like inspiration from, and I was like, I want to make that, so that's what I'm still striving to make. But I
Korean style bouquets.
If I could, I'd go out there because there's this girl I follow.
In Korea?
Yeah, she offers classes. Like that's my dream. I really want to do that.
Dude, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I hope that happens. Dude.
For sure. Yeah, I'll have to.
Do you have is there like a busiest time of the year for you guys?
Yeah. So I would say in the beginning of the year, like February, Valentine's Day. So January is very slow. Like but I feel like October, November gets really busy with like weddings and stuff, and then a lot of Halloween bouquets too. So
people be getting Halloween bouquets.
Yeah, they're very popular. They like love like spooky bouquets with like cobwebs and like
that makes
all that.
sense.
Yeah, black roses.
Besides the Korean one, right? Yeah. Do you have like a favorite style of bouquet that you like doing?
I would say that is my favorite, honestly. Just like kind of like, I just like my bouquets to look wild and not like too uniform. I want them to just look at like I kind of just like picked it out of the ground and threw it together for you. And so that's like kind of just like what I go for. And they call the style like organic kind of style, like just looks very natural, I guess. I'd say I like making like round bouquets, like the really like popular ones. I don't know if you've seen, just like all so I get like a lot of orders for those now, but in the beginning like it was only mostly just like kind of like one-sided bouquet and
Is it do you have what's the craziest like bouquet or story you've had like in this whole time that you've had to deal with? Like how about, for example, like difficult clients? Because obviously you said you didn't have any crazy like wedding ones, right? But you have probably far more just regular bouquets, right?
So luckily everybody is very like respects me, not in like a weird way, but they're very nice to me when they order. They don't really give me like a hard time about anything. I would say the only people I could like count like on my one hand how many people have given me like a problem when it comes to bouquets, and they've all owned like businesses too, so it's just funny.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
One was like it was kind of like when I first started. So it was like at the end of 2020.
Yeah.
They wanted like an all pink bouquet. Like they even wanted the greenery like dyed pink. So I'm like, okay. So yeah.
Sick.
So like kind of throughout the day, they're like, oh, can you send me a picture? Can you send me a picture? And then when I finally did, they're like, oh, it's not pink enough. I'm like, okay.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. So they ended up like just saying they don't want it. So that was like the first time I ever got flaked on. And then my little brother just bought it from me. So yeah, so that was fun. And then I think like the second time I encountered something like that, they're just saying, oh, that the white roses I used weren't the same color white. Like they were saying they weren't like all the same shade of white, which is really hard to get because the flowers are natural and they grow out of the ground. So they're all going to look different. But that was like the other thing. And other than that, I mean, I haven't had really anything like crazy happen to like me.
Because you'd be surprised, like in like just not even like the floral business, but just having your own personal business. Yeah. Like people have the most out of pocket like
no, I know. And they just kind of, I think I've had people ask for like free stuff and like, oh, I'm just like, like I don't know.
Have you go? Okay, so I could ask. For example, like your friends, did you have like a lot of like support from that or no? Or is it kind of just like...
I mean, like no shade to them at all. But I feel like most of my support comes from people that don't know me. Like, and it's people in town that like I didn't even know like knew me and like, no, they don't know me. And so I don't know if it's kind of like that weird thing, like, you know, like the people that don't know you kind of they see you in a different way than people that have known you your whole life. And
which is kind of it sucks.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like they're very supportive, like regardless. But the people that do really support me, like and like hype me up like all the time and are always rooting for me, we like probably have never even met in person, or they order from me, or they want to order from me, or it's
do you ship or no?
No, but I really want to start shipping because I've had people like just yesterday, this guy messaged me. He's like, "Do you ship to Poland?" I was like, "To Poland?
What the hell?
No, but
Poland.
Yeah, but I get people asking if I ship to like Oregon, like pretty much all over. I have like, I don't know, like once my stuff kind of started getting on the explore page, the followers from like out of state like kind of found me, and I think I looked at my analytics and like my top is like probably like New Mexico right now. Yeah, kind of random, but I'm like, okay.
Dude, that whole like social media realm and like analytics and the way to post, it's a whole beast in itself.
I know, because when like you feel like you'll have the best post ever, and then it's like doesn't get any interaction, and then the stuff you think does, so it's like weird. I don't know.
I know, because like even with the like a barber, for example, like, I didn't know that. So you know when you post a reel, right? When you post a reel and it says like the thumbnail, for example, of but for a reel, right? Yeah. I didn't know that those play a big ass factor.
Oh.
Like if you how would I say it? If it's a shitty one, or like the colors don't pop or anything, it doesn't push on the algorithm.
Oh, I didn't even know. So oh wow.
Same thing with YouTube. Like that's why I was like, oh, okay, let me start making like actual thumbnails for it, you know, instead of just clipping some random.
Yeah, and that helps a lot, you would say?
I guess so.
Oh, that's so annoying. Like, there's so many roles. It's like, ugh, you can't keep up. Because I learn something new every day. I'm like, I didn't even know I was supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, and then it's kind of hard too because you're trying to start a business, right? But then you're worried about the business. You're not worried about the social media side of it.
And then you like want to you're busy with the business, and then you still have to find time to like post your stuff. So yeah, it is a lot. But I would say I kind of just started posting just to like post my work, like, and then that's just kind of how my name started getting out there. And then from there, just kind of I'm like, okay, that doesn't really mean anything to me. Like, I mean, not that it doesn't mean anything, but I try not to like get upset or anything. Like if the analytics
because you can get really wrapped up in that, dude.
Yeah, people do too, but I try not to.
It's hard, especially coming from someone that has been in social media for a while. Yeah. You know, like at first I used to be like, fuck, like only these amount of people see my stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was watching a podcast and he put things in like an awesome perspective for me. So let's say my reel only gets maybe like 3,000 views, right? If I were to put those into a space, 3,000 people watching.
Oh, dude, I know.
Like that's crazy.
When I hit 5K, I looked up on Google like a room of 5K people, and it's like a whole auditorium. I'm like, dang, that's a lot of people. Like they're all watching. So yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, like even for my YouTube videos, like in the beginning, like the very beginning, like when I made my first post, it had like 300 views, right? Yeah. And I was just like, man, like my reels get thousands, but why didn't this one? But YouTube in itself is different.
Oh, I know. Yeah, YouTube. people tell me I should make YouTube videos, but that's such a whole other, like...
You get a GoPro.
I should.
You put it on your head.
That'd be so funny.
I know, people love, like, how-tos like that.
Yeah, no, I feel like people would like that. They really like behind-the-scenes stuff now. Like, that's what's really popular. Or, like... I've seen like ASMR, like flower, like videos, like of cutting the stems and like stuff.
Well, that's
like
the thing I also feel about social media, right? Like we put our best foot forward, right? So I think that's what people like. They like the genuineness.
Yes,
they like the organic, the real.
That's what kind of made me want to start like my own thing too. Is I want it to be like nothing too like performative, like just like real and like just like organic, I guess you could say. Yeah, like just natural.
That fits.
Yeah,
it's been hard for me because like there's been like a really fine balance as to how I've wanted to go with the pod. Because I'm like, okay, do I have it laxed? Right?
Yeah.
Do I have it with the boys? Like we just shoot the shit, right? But then when it comes to having these more serious clients and stuff like that, they're gonna look at my thing and be like, okay, well, why would I want to come on?
Yeah,
this?
that makes sense.
You know what I mean? So it is kind of hard because it's like, damn, sometimes I do want to just like kick back.
I feel like you could definitely
do
like a mixture of both, because I think there's those people that like just like the casual, and then especially if they know you, they're gonna like want to watch it too.
Yeah.
And then like the more like business related ones, like it's gonna hit a whole different like audience. So I feel like pretty good to balance.
It is, and that's what's something that's kind of hard about like YouTube in itself too, is that we always talk about niching, right? Like niching down, finding your
niche.
Finding your niche. Yeah. But it's kind of hard because it's like, well, what if I want to talk to everybody?
Yeah. No, I feel like, that makes sense. I mean, what is like, do you want to talk to everybody, or do you want it to be like only like business related? Or
it was funny, I was talking to one of my guests that the barber that you just seen right there. We were talking about this, and I guess I didn't even know that I kind of niched in itself. That he's like, bro, I would consider your podcast motivational and entrepreneurial.
Yeah, honestly, like I would agree. When I first watched it too, it like gives like motivation, and then like trying to like find yourself or something like you're good at. Sick. Or something like that.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that.
So I feel like this is a really like fun podcast to like go on. So yeah, I feel like you're on a good route and stuff.
Dude, I'll take that, because it's been a struggle. Like I told you, like I just started this, right?
Yeah.
I just started this, so I'm kind of growing. Everyone's growing with me.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of watching me do all of this.
Yeah, I mean, it just takes time. I feel like pretty soon I feel like this is something that you can make really big. So that's really cool. Because I feel like, I don't know if like I haven't really heard of any like Los Banos podcasts that are like super consistent and stuff like that. And I feel like I've seen like your stuff has been really consistent. So I feel like that's really good.
I'm trying. That's another thing that's really hard too, is that like, when you have like I wouldn't say like a hype train, but when you have momentum, right? Like people are asking about it, they're talking about it. But then if I post once a month, it's like, oh, the Epiphany podcast, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, you know what I mean?
I mean, it sounds cheesy, but like I would say consistency definitely. That's a tongue twister, but you know what I mean. It definitely is key. Like I feel like just even if you don't feel like you're getting like good interaction, like I just keep posting, like someone will see it.
Yeah, but also I have to remember too why I started this, like my why, you know, and my why was to show people like to follow their dreams, right, and to help other people want to like get on their feet, basically. Like for like if anyone at Pacheco was watching this, I have like a lot of like my analytics, right, they range from like 14 to like 27.
Oh dang, well that's pretty wide. That's
cool. It is. So that's why I'm like, okay, sick. I'm not only using my platform for people like you and I that are like adults already, but like the younger people that are like like all of the
trying to find themselves.
All the girls that like maybe did the floral stuff in your class, right, and then they happen to follow my page. They're like, oh, no way, Earth Angel Floral's on, dude. How do I do that?
I hope they get excited. So I that's what it is too. Is like I've had a lot of people actually tell me like I'm their like motivation, or they look up to like the way I do flowers. I'm like, whoa, like I've never heard nothing like that in my life. So it's a really like, I don't know, it just makes me feel like, I don't know what the feeling
I know
is,
what you're saying. It's like it's humbling, like in a great way.
Yeah, like I'm just like I would have never thought like this is where I would have been, like to where I have like random people or even other florists starting out like messaging me like, do you have any advice and stuff like that. I'm just like, dang, like you want my advice? Okay. And I'll gladly give it to anyone that asks. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's really cool because there is people like looking up to you without even realizing it.
That's another thing about social media, though. That's kind of scary.
I know, like,
that's kind of scary, dude. Because it's like I don't even know you like that, but you look up to me, and that's flattering.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But it's also like, fuck.
Yeah, I know. And then it makes me feel like I don't want to be seen now. Like, I don't know, like I'm being seen too much or something. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah.
I mean, wait, what do you mean by that? Like I don't want to be seen. Wait, hold on.
Like, okay, like I have all these people now perceiving me.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Like I don't know how to explain it. Like okay, say you're looking who viewed your story. It's like 400 people viewed your story, and now like 400 people just like perceived you. I don't know if that makes sense. And you're like, no, I don't want to be perceived anymore. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a weird.
But that's what social media, dude. Like, there's no way around.
Yeah,
that.
And then it makes me feel bad too. Like if I go without posting for a little while, like 4 days, I'm like, oh man, like everybody forgot about Earth Angel. Like it's not. But it's just like you get caught up in like posting that. I feel like it's okay to like. Take a break, but with the freaking algorithm, if you take a break like 1 week and then you post, like it
doesn't push it. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. So,
but that's another thing that it's like stories. Like you could even post stories. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't always have to be like a consistent post. Yeah. You know, but that's what gets really taxing about social media. And what I realized too is if you're a business owner, right? You are also like having like minoring in fucking marketing, dude. Right? Like social media in itself has been like a whole marketing scheme.
I'm just like, you have to learn how to do like everything, like marketing, booking, like all bookkeeping. Like I'm like, what? Like
How has that been? Like how has that been for you? Like
it's good. I've gone through like my website Wix. That's where I have my website through. Not my website Wix, but I have my website through Wix. So it's very user friendly and it really guides you, and you can keep all like your records like in there. So you could just enter it in. Like if you have someone order, I'm like, all right, this is, and it lets you like put how much did you spend on this to like make it, how much did you charge, and then it shows you like your overall like sales and all that stuff. So
I bet that helps too. I know if I were to ever start a business, I feel like that would also kind of humble the customer.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, wait, what do you mean? Sorry.
Well, so so for me, I would be like flowers, for example. Yeah. Right? I know there has to have been some customers that are like, that's too expensive.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
You're right. So what I'm saying is like, it costed me $30 to get these flowers. It cost me 10 to get the like. Stuff.
Everything, yeah,
you know what
like,
I mean?
Oh yeah, and then them seeing it like all broke down,
yeah. It's not like you're just throwing a number out there, this is what I charge.
Yeah, no, yeah. Once they see it too, like okay, like can we take out the extra corsages I got from my mom then? Because if that's taking away like $45, I don't really need it. So yeah, so it definitely helps them see it all out too. But yeah, I've definitely had people be like, oh, that's just too expensive, and I try to work with people. I'll be like, is there a budget you'd like me to work around? Which in the beginning was kind of hard because I have to buy the flowers, and if I had leftover, I'd be like, what do I do with them? But now if I buy the flowers, they're like, I want a $25 worth bouquet. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna for sure have extra flowers from that, but if I post it, I'll be able to sell it now. Like, so that really helps. But in the beginning, it was hard for me to do that because I have leftover, and it wasn't easy for me to
How'd you figure out to like find your pricing points? Like,
so like in 2020 when like COVID happened, I was working at Sunglass Hut at the Gilbert outlets.
Oh, sick.
And we shut down. So I'm like, like what do I do? So I had always like liked flowers from when I did like the floral design class, and then in like 2018 my friend, her family owns like a flower company. I tried applying there and I showed them like my stuff from like high school, and they're like, yeah, like no, stop. I didn't get hired. And I was like, dang, like I always had flowers like in the back of my head. And then so when I lost my job, well, not lost my job, but when it closed down, when everything was shut down, I was like, how do I make money? Like now's my chance. I have time to like, what do I want to do? So I looked up like floral design like classes, how to get certified, like that type of stuff. So I took a whole like course online that got me like certified, and in that course it showed me like how to break down like pricing and how to start. So it pretty much guided me like through everything, luckily. So
what was your first pricing?
So I remember the first bouquet I sold, I made no money. I like lost money on that one. I had to like they wanted to only spend like $40, but they wanted a lot of roses, which are expensive. Yeah, so I lost money on that one. And then I just kind of learned like, okay, I can't do something like this for that price. It's just kind of a learn as you go type of deal. But I feel like me working in those previous jobs really helped me price things. So I just didn't go into it like clueless. That was not what I wanted. Like I wanted to have some knowledge prior to like starting like a business, you know, because I didn't want to be like, I don't know, like giving people like bad prices or flowers. Like I just working at the flower farm, I learned how to tell like dead flowers from live flowers, and people like I see people like starting their flower businesses and the roses, I'm like, they're dead. Like,
they're
so
trash.
Yeah, not trash, but they're dead. I'm like, so
but they're not good flowers.
Yeah, so I'm really glad like I got that like learning experience prior to
Continue.
What was I saying? I have like short-term memory loss.
So okay, no, we were talking about
just like I could tell like dead flowers from like live flowers, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. So
now, do you be like critiquing people's shit now?
In like a weird, not in a mean way, but I'll just be like,
you're like,
do that.
Earth Angel could never. Earth Angel could never.
Yeah, I feel like I hold myself to a really high standard because I just want like I just want people to be able to take me serious and like, no, I'm not. I know what I'm talking about when it comes to flowers and stuff like that.
Well, granted, you've also been in the industry for a minute.
Yeah,
too.
so
it's not like you're just like a girl that's like, oh, I want to do flowers.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want people to feel like, oh, like what does she know? Like, you know, so. I feel like it took me a while to like set my prices and like people respect them, and if they don't, I'm just like, okay, like that's okay. Yeah. Like there's always someone that will buy it.
You're tailoring to the people that want floral.
Yeah, so I get to like pick my clientele, which is really good.
Yeah. So when you're going to the flower farm, right? How does that work when you're buying? Like, are you buying like, oh, I need a dozen, or what is it? How does that work?
So, so I don't to get like roses and stuff. Flower farms don't really have like roses. So there's like the flower market in like San Francisco. Okay. So when you go in there, there's so many flower vendors. You could just pick like whatever you want. Like you don't have to order. You could just like walk in there and like they have everything you could imagine. So I feel like that's like a really good way to go about like getting the flowers. But if it's like a flower farm, you kind of like, it's like a recipe you write out. So say I need like I'm making a bouquet and I need it to be mixed with a bunch of flowers. I'll like put like, okay, 3 of these flowers, 4 of those flowers, and then I add them all up, and then I let them know how many bunches of flowers like I need, and then they'll have them just like ready for me to like go get. Yeah,
that makes sense. And then when you go to like the one in San Francisco, do they charge you like $1 a flower, or how does it work? Because you said you can just pick for whatever.
Yeah, they're a little pricier because it's like bulk and like wholesale, so you're buying like a lot of stuff. So it's like I only go there if I have like a lot of stuff going on, like Valentine's Day or like Mother's Day, where I'm gonna use all those flowers. But with I think they charge for like, you have to buy a pack of 25 roses there. You can't get like 12, so you have 25, and they cost, I think it's like wholesale like $35. So
a dozen or
for 25.
Oh, for 25.
Yeah, so it's like $2. I don't know, like $1.50 a rose or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, so does that mean like you keep all of like you have like a stash of flowers at your house, or how does?
So I try not to keep like flowers on me because I don't have a flower cooler yet. They're pretty. It's a big investment. It's
really?
It's like 5,000, and I need somewhere to put it. Like it's gonna be like a big like flower cooler, but once I do that, I'll be able to like store flowers, and that will really help. Like if people want to order like the day of, I'll be like, yeah, I have flowers, but right now it's kind of like pre-order. Like you can let me know like a day in advance, and I'll make sure I have them for you.
That makes sense.
Then sometimes I have leftover flowers, so if I do, I'll like post it, or someone will reach out and, do you have any flowers? I'm like, yeah, I have extra.
So how much do you like usually base, like, let's say I wanted a rose, like a no. Okay. Stupid. Nah. Like okay. No, I was saying like a rose style of like a dozen.
Yes.
Like how much do like something?
And so just
usually?
Like 12 roses would probably be like, it kind of depends too, like on the like how you're wanting it. But if you're just dozen wrapped, I would say probably like 65. Because roses are pretty expensive.
Are they?
They're like
Is that like on the higher end of the?
They're definitely like high end flower. But if people like tell me a budget and they just want like a mixed bouquet, I could do something with no roses, and that ranges from like 55 to like 75 depending like what they want. But
is that like, because I know if I was you, I would laugh. Like having to deal with like the guys trying to try to help.
Well, a lot of times they're like, "Can you just pick?" Like I'll be like, "Yeah," like, and they'll just give me like a solid price, and I'm like, "All right, like I could do this for that," and they're like, "I'll take it."
They're like, "Here's $100, make it work."
Yeah. But there is some people that are like, "Can I get like they'll list like the most expensive flowers ever?" And they're like, "I want to pay like $25." I'm like, "Oh, that's like, impossible."
It's like, what do you mean, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like even before I got into flowers, like I didn't really realize how expensive they were, but they're pretty pricey.
Really?
Yeah. So I get like if someone's not getting flowers all the time,
Yeah.
like you don't have to feel bad for not getting your girl flowers all the time because they are pretty pricey. But there's always like little things that you can get, like a small bouquet. Like they'll appreciate flowers in either way.
You know what, it's like it's just a thought.
The thought, yeah,
it's
exactly.
Thought,
yeah,
you know?
it's such a cute way to like show someone you care or something like that.
I know.
It's really cool.
Because I know when I was like, there was a point in time where I always wanted to get like flowers like every week, and then I was like, fuck, I'm dropping like 50 for like nice ones.
Yeah.
Granted, I could go to Save Mart, right? But it's a hit or miss.
No,
dude.
It sucks because every time I've gone into Save Mart, like if I just want like flowers for myself or something, Save Mart always has, they don't last that good. But if you want like good flowers, like from the grocery store, Trader Joe's is really good. They have like really good flowers. And so if you ever don't want to spend a lot on
like
flowers,
we have a Trader Joe's in Albany.
I know, right? So you got to travel, but that's where you so it's worth it at that point to just buy some like nice flowers.
How long are your flowers lasting?
I have people telling me they last like 2 weeks longer. Yeah. So
Really?
I learned to like pick them, like for the roses, I'll like touch them. And if they're soft, like don't get them. But if they're hard, get them. Because then they'll last and they'll open up. But if they're soft already, they'll last like maybe 3 days max. So
really?
Yeah. So you have to
Is that just for roses or in general?
A lot of the flowers. Like if they're...
Yeah, like what's a good rule of thumb if I want to go buy some flowers?
Yeah, okay. So for like roses, make sure they're just like feel hard. Like you just squeeze them and you'll be able to tell the difference. Like compared to like if they're just soft, don't get them. Sunflowers, like if they're open, if they're open all the way, don't get them. Like you want your sunflowers to look like this kind of, and they don't look like open and then like as the days go by, you'll see them like open or just like that. I feel like those are the main ones, like roses especially.
What about like okay, so like you know how people get like baby roses, how it like looks like that. So does that mean those are gonna last twice as long, or not really? It doesn't really.
No, yeah. Sometimes they'll last like a little bit longer because they'll have like new sprigs there that will open up.
Okay.
So yeah, it just kind of just depends like what's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. So that flower food stuff, dude. That people put. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Dude, that fly's a nuisance. Okay. Flower food, right?
Yes.
Does that make a big ass difference?
I don't use it, but I do offer it. Like I just have it sitting, like people could grab
offer it.
Yeah.
You don't even use it?
I don't use it. I just don't notice a difference. If anything, I feel like it contaminates my water. Like I'll just like make sure if you're like have a vase or like I put my flowers in buckets.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No,
I put
good.
my flowers. Is it loose?
Wait. I got you. Wait. Jesus, Jordan. I know. Come on. All right.
Started yesterday.
You're fine.
It's our third day out here, bro.
It's only my third day. Yeah, so I don't know. I just clean it with bleach, like clean my bucket or my vase with bleach and then just put fresh water. And then I don't really do. But people say like use like a penny, like you throw a penny in the water.
I heard you use like, I don't know which
charcoal?
Charcoal.
Yeah, I just saw like, I guess you can use charcoal one piece like in your water and it like lasts longer.
Really?
I haven't tried it though. I'm scared. I have to get like trash flowers to try it.
I thought that was like a specific pill.
Maybe like I've heard of that. Like
right?
like you crush it up. I think it's like aspirin or something. I don't know.
Is it?
Yeah, I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Someone in the comments put that down. I know there has to be.
There's someone will know. Yeah, just put it in there. But yeah, I did see charcoal. I don't know. So if anyone wants to try that too, just let us know.
I'm gonna buy my grandma some flowers and I'm gonna let you know. Like, that shit did not work.
I'm like, all right, good thing I didn't waste flowers.
But okay, so I'm also curious. What were some of the hardships that you had to go through in the beginning? Like,
not really having much work to go off of to show, like, because people would be like, oh, do you have any pictures of your work? And when I was first starting out, I'd be like, this is kind of all I have. Like, so it was just getting them to trust me on wanting to spend like that much on what they have in mind. And I would say that was pretty hard because there was those people that are just like, like, I don't.
They're all snooty about it.
Yeah,
they
like, I don't
just
trust what you're gonna. But so I would say that was pretty hard. And then trying to figure out where to get flowers because around Los Banos there's nowhere. And then I just kind of started going out of town, and that's just where I go anywhere now. Like Turlock, Modesto. I'll go to like Gilroy, San Jose. So just there was like a wholesale place here, and then when I first started flowers, they shut down. So I'm like, of course. I got to go there once, and the next time they were like shut down. I was like, what the heck? But yeah, so I feel like that was another like hard thing to go about. But other than that, like, not that stuff didn't come easy, but it just fell into place like so well. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, like just me like getting jobs that like show me the ways. Like, I went from interning, 2 weeks later she hired me to work as like a designer, so it was just like really cool. Yeah, and then she like guided me to like a place that does like weddings, so I kind of got my foot in the door there. Whereas if I didn't, I would have been clueless. Like, I learned so much like there.
Like the power of word of mouth.
Yeah, no,
just
definitely.
Insane.
That's how, like, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like crazy on marketing. I just post my stuff, but most of it has just been,
I love
like,
your page though. Like,
oh, thank you.
Because I was like, because I like to just like look through like the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 540 something posts or something like that.
So
like,
then I think about it, I'm like, dang, I've had that many orders. Like,
that's awesome though.
Yeah, so that's really cool. But yeah, thank you. I just like posting my flowers. So yeah.
No, you're good. Lastly, what is some advice that you would give to a girl just like you that wants to start? But just wants to start.
Just wants to start. I would say just get as much knowledge as you can before like jumping into anything too serious. Like, practice on your own time. I would buy flowers like at Walmart, and I would make like little like vase arrangements, and I look back at them, I'm like, oof, like I can't believe I made that.
There's beauty in the struggle.
Yeah,
right?
But I look back, I'm like, oh, like I know what I'm doing now, and
I
did it
that's
then.
cute.
It's cute. Yeah, literally, yeah. So I feel like just practice. And then just look on like YouTube. There's so many like tutorials on there, especially now that flowers are like flowers are popping right now. So I feel like just as much knowledge as you can get. Ask people questions. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. And
would you ever do like a course?
Yeah, I want to hopefully do one actually this year before the year ends, like a little workshop.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, I just need to find a place that I could like rent out and like host that in. But I've had a lot of people be like, if you have a workshop, like let me know.
Yeah, there you go, workshop.
Yeah, so I really want to do that, and it could be like anyone could join, and we could just have fun. Like, you don't even have to know what you're doing. And
dude, sick. Dude, I would even go to that.
Yeah,
I want to
like
learn.
open to girls and guys. But yeah, so hopefully by the end of this year, I could before the end of this year get something like that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And the 5-year goal.
Yeah. Oh.
earthanglefloral.
I want to have my own little flower shop. I do. Yeah, I want to have hopefully a flower shop, or at least a cool studio where I could just like thrive in there and have a huge cooler of flowers. So I would say, but I don't know. Stuff has been happening fast. Like, I'm only.
Would you see yourself doing that in town, or would you ever want to leave LB?
I want to leave LB,
right?
But I feel like just a lot of my clientele is here, and so I'd be sad to leave. I'd be like, I'd have to start shipping.
Thing.
Yeah, I'd have to find a good place, but I do eventually. I don't picture myself being here. For I don't know. I want to branch out, and because I have people from different states, like I kind of just want to be like, I'm here, like I'm selling flowers. Like, do you want to just come? So I don't know. I have like a vision.
I feel
of me.
you, because there's definitely a ceiling.
Yeah.
You know, but granted, the same could be said for everywhere. Like the people, like my friends in the Bay, like they say, oh, there's a ceiling here, man. We have to go to LA for what we do.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
There's a ceiling here, and people would move to the Bay.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's everywhere you go. There's always going to be like
there's levels to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know. But Earth Angel Floral,
yeah.
Thanks for coming on,
Thanks
man.
for having me. I really appreciate it.
Where can we all find your stuff?
So yeah, Earth Angel Floral on Instagram, and then if you don't have an Instagram, I have a website. It's www.earthangelfloral.com, and yeah, that's where you can find me.
Sick. Thanks for coming on
Thank
again,
you. I
man.
really appreciate you guys.
I hope you guys like this video. Make sure to like, comment, and if you're new, subscribe. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.